Okay, so here recently, a lot of people have discussed the topic of ending this season of Deadman early, and I personally am fully supportive of that. I, just as much as everyone else, has spent so much time on seasonal Deadman. I've got 82 magic, I've got 81 range, I believe, a decent bank, and all that good stuff. So I've done all the quests that are necessary, like Desert Treasure and blah, blah, blah. So I've invested, as much time as almost the average player. Now, obviously, there's people that have invested more time than I have, and then there's people that have invested less time. So, I'm kind of in the middle. So, on that aspect, I like to kind of pride myself as the average player. I've always kind of prided myself as the average player. I'm not the best PKer, not the best PVMer, not the best skill or whatever. I'm just the average player. So, obviously the average player is the most amount of people who play the game. Because there's always going to be high end, there's always going to be noobs. But the average player is basically always going to be the core of a game. And so, I myself am that guy. So, I like to kind of express my opinions on things and, kind of express the opinion of the average player, I guess, so to speak. So, Deadman mode currently is dead. I mean, it's very obvious when you look at the player counts. Like yesterday, I thought it was alright. I mean, not alright because there was like 90 players per world. But when I logged on today, there was 50 people in certain worlds. Like, really? Come on. Like, 50 people? No one is playing this game mode. Like, let's be realistic. There's 170 people on the main trading world, and I sat there for like 4 or 5 hours just trying to buy something as simple as green dragonhide armor, and I couldn't even get my hands on that. So it's like, there's not enough players to keep an economy going. There's not enough players to, try to buy things and find things that you need in order to progress in the game. So it's, like, this season is dead. We might as well just go ahead and end it now and start over. I really don't think anybody's going to be upset by that, and if anybody is, it's going to be the 400 players that are playing right now. So, you take those 400 players, those people are super dedicated to Deadman mode anyways, so they're going to end up playing the next season anyhow. Like, if anybody's that dedicated to a game mode that's dying, they're going to play the next season. It's, it's pretty common sense. And it's going to bring back all those players that have quit, because now there's so many new things, like the PvP protection for the first 6 hours. There's going to be a grand exchange. There's so much more protection for like solo players, and I think that'll bring a lot of people back. So they, midway through the season, they implemented all these really good updates, in my opinion, that would help, provided, actually, like, not even half, probably like 9/10 of the people that played had already quit. They've already lost their bank, they've already lost their stats. So changing something midway through isn't going to bring anybody back, because they've already lost that stuff. Like, they've already lost half of their stats. They've already lost their entire bank. Why would they come on? Because they don't have a 6-hour protection now. They're not going to come back on their same account because they don't have 6-hour protection. At that point, they still can't really rebuild, because they're going to get killed anyways when they try to rebuild. So, they've already died. There's no hope for them rebuilding after the 6-hour PvP timer, because they don't get it. They don't get the PvP timer. They don't get the protection. So they're not going to come back on their main account. So either A, they're going to have to start a new account. And the 6 hours, in my opinion, at the point the game's already been, we're already, I think, a month in. 6 hours isn't enough to get up to par to compete with all these high-end players that have max gear and over 100 combat. The most you're probably going to get to, if you actually try really hard, you're probably going to get to like 60 combat. Who are you going to be able to kill? There's nobody that's 60 combat, because all the people that have been 60 combat have been killed by the level 100s already. So they're back to old school RuneScape. There's no point in, like, you have to be a high-end player to be successful on Deadman mode. Like, I'm a level 78 on Deadman mode. I have zero intentions of traveling outside of safe zones, because I will die. Like, and I can't really train up anywhere if I go to, like, safe zones, wherever, like, gnome, whatever, the gnome places. It's not really good XP, so, I want to go to Yaks. Pretty good XP. Well, when I go there, it's going to be me and some level 110. Now, this already has happened to me. That 110 could bring out his G Maul, hit me in one hit, and there's not going to be anybody to kill him because the game mode's dead. There's going to be nobody else there, so he can easily just kill Yax and tank his skull out after he's already killed me. So it's like, I'm not going to be able to really train much. I'm going to stay at level 78, and I can't teleport when I'm already in combat, so it's like, So, in my opinion, I really think the game this season should end, and they should just start it over. Do the tournament now, give everybody a week notice, like, hey, we're about to do the tournament. This season was a failure, so we want to make next season good as soon as possible. Because the longer they wait, the more people are going to quit, and the more members they're going to lose. Ultimately, the more money they're going to lose, because the only way they make money is by players paying them money. And I personally have made, I think 2 accounts that I paid for, like, to get membership. And that was my HB logout / FrogPrince97 account. I paid for that one to be a member, so that's $10 right there. And then I paid for another account to try out the 6-hour thing, and then realized I could do bonds. So, they made $30 off of me just because of Deadman mode. And now that nobody's playing, like, they're not going to get new players. Like, people aren't going to join. People were joining just for Deadman mode. Like, people were playing the game solely to play Deadman mode. And if you looked at the the stats for the first week or the first day of Deadman mode, each world had 1,000+ players. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure there was probably like 10 worlds. So that's 10,000 players right there playing Deadman mode. Now there's about 800 max on a good day. Like, it's just, come on. Like, they need to end it now. Build up the hype, because the fucking tournament was so much hype that they just need to fucking do it now. Figure out what changes need to be implemented. I really don't think they did enough to save Deadman mode. They took a step in the right direction, and unfortunately I think it's going to take another season of Deadman mode to finally figure it out. And hopefully by that point, nobody, like, hopefully people still care about Deadman mode. I feel like if another season fails, people are probably going to lose faith in it for good, which is a problem. So I think they just need to figure this shit out now, get it done with, do the tournament, build the hype back up again, and make sure that everything's good, and make sure that people are on board and are willing to play Deadman mode and will not quit. Like, the hardest part is getting people to stay, because it's a 3-month thing. They want people to stay for all those 3 months, and at this point, the most that people are staying is like 2-3 weeks max. So they really need to do something about that. So that's just my opinion on the whole subject. Like I said, I've seen it around, and I thought, why not give my opinion on it? So yeah, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be coming out with more soon. Yeah, peace.